Eyebrows are done. Now it's time for eyeshadow. And today we're going to do the Makeup by Mario. This is the neutrals, which is better for a cool tone. The original neutrals, here's his cooler tone. You can see that there looks like there's warmth in this one. There's some fire in it. This one is more cool. So this is my preferred, but I do have this one also. I just don't reach for it. And I didn't know why I didn't like it until the cool tone palette came out. Now I really understand it. Okay, so both eyebrows are done. Everything's good. I have 3 brushes out. I have my big blendy, I have a smaller blendy, and I have a little pencil one. I'm gonna start with this white with a little bit. Now I did a master class at Sephora with Mario from Makeup by Mario. And what I noticed he did is he always blended color. I don't think there was a time that he took color directly from one pan and applied it. So that is to brighten up that brow bone under the eye. Now you can dap, dap, dap. You can back and forth. There we go. That's not the end, right? So what's next? So I'm gonna now jump and I'm gonna work on building up my shadow starting here and working my way up. So for that, I'm gonna want a medium shadow. I don't wanna go darkest right yet. So medium for me today, I really like this one here and a little bit of this and a little bit of this. So we're gonna take those 3 colors. I don't wanna get rid of all of it though. So a little tap, right? And I'm gonna tap, 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 and I'm gonna cover this and I'm gonna work my way up into my crease. Now remember, I just did this top area here. So I can make my little V. And this is going to kind of just lay that foundation for whenever I do darker. Notice if I just did my eyelid, if I just did like right here, when I open it, you can't see anything. So while you're doing your eyeshadow, just open and close a few times. Don't just do it all like that. You can even do like this. See where you need to come. Maybe I need more. It is blendable, it is buildable. I really like this shadow. Mario has some awesome products. I haven't tried his new mascara yet. I want to try that. I know he was saying he was using some other brands, but he had hinted, so I knew his first release of the year was going to be a mascara. Right? There we go. How's that look? I think that looks pretty good. Gonna do the same thing. Remember, all 3 shadows, a little tap, not a big tap. Don't get rid of all of it. People will do it and then they'll tap, 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 and then there's nothing left on their brush. Now, if you just want the thought of, look, I used eyeshadow, haha, as a whisper, maybe that's for you, but it's not for me. Tap, 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 those 3 colors. And then back and forth, right? I was tapping on here, tap, 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 to lay the color down, and then I want to blend it out. So I could do circles, just light circles, back and forth. I can come out, I can flick it with the V. I can windshield wiper, like that. Right, I can come down here a little bit. I usually like lights right there, so I usually come back in the end with some lights. Pull that darker shade up. Now I need something a little bit smaller. So I'm gonna go with this one that's a little bit smaller. And for my darker shade, I'm gonna put that, I'm gonna aim on putting that right here, right? And I'm gonna go with this one and this one. And a little bit of this one just to tie them together. One little tiny baby tap. And look at tap, 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 tap. Right like this. And I'm just doing the outer half and I'm coming up here. Right, I'm making a V. It's a sideways V, but it's still a V. But look how that's blending, right? And then I can back and forth and come down here and flick it out. And there's gonna be more, just hold on. I believe I did that, that, and that. And you can see the difference, right? So I've got more depth, and that's why you play around with this, is you want that depth in your eyes. And if you look at your eyes, I've looked at some of my skincare videos, And I do have some darkness around my eye. So when I put that primer on, that darkness is gone. That means that that depth is gone. That means that you have to do something with the primer and everything else. But if you look at your skin without, you can kind of get an idea of how you want to mimic it. But the thing is with this, I control it. Now I'm going to come back to this brush. Remember, this is the brush that we use for that first and that mid color. And I'm going to blend. So I'm coming up at the top here and I'm blending, and the bottom out blending, and the sides blending. So I'm blending all three parts of that triangle. And I want this to come out some. If I'm like, oh, that doesn't look like it's as much, I can blend. I can, guess what? I can pick up more. And it's okay. It's not the end of the world. One little tap. And there we go. Notice I'm staying on the outer. I'm bringing it out here, bringing it right there. Grabbing this one and just blending. Blending, blending, blending. Blending is good. Now, if I wanted to, I could do concealer and really crease, you know, sharpen that up. And eye is the last I'm doing. Well, lip is gonna be the last, but so you have that too, right? So there's my eyeshadow look for today. We're training dogs, we're filming videos. It is a team training day, but I'm not done yet. What about the pencil one? Remember, it looks like a little pencil eraser nub, doesn't it? So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna bring some of that down on my lower lid. But for that, I don't wanna go dark because it'll look like I got punched in the eye. So for that, I'm gonna go with this one, and just a little bit of that one. You saw that, right? I just touched it. And I'm gonna hold down and just back and forth, swipey, swipey. And look, now I can come down. Once that color's deposited, I can blend it this way. Now, if I'm blending up like this, it gives you an idea of where that ending's gonna be. So again, I'm gonna do grab, grab, grab. One tap with my finger, I went like that. Just to get rid of anything loose for fallout. And some shadows have a lot more fallout than others. You know, when you rub your brush on there and you pick up that color and there's just pigment and shadow everywhere. There we go. How's that look? It's not a ton, right? Maybe I need a little bit more because it looks like I have nothing on this side. Is that a trick of the lighting? It might be, but it's okay. Nope, need a little bit more. So I'm going a little bit darker because, right, I've put down a little bit lighter already, and you don't want too much in your crease, in your eye creases there. Boom. Okay, what about your inner corner right here? Do you want some sparkle or something? Do you want to brighten it? You might. So how do you do that? Well, how you do that is you get a brush cleaner like this. This is a swatchy brush cleaner, and you clean this the same way you clean anything else. You run it with some shampoo or some brush cleaner, and you squeeze it out until it runs clear, and then you rinse it, and then you're good. Right? So I'm good. I just cleaned off this brush with one of those swatchy things. I'm going to come in with the light and with a little bit of the next one, and I'm going to paint my inner corner. Dab, dab, dab. I'm going to come up this way. Remember, I didn't put too much right there. I'm going to come up right there. Lower lid. There we go. Do we like that, or do we like this? It's up to you. Some people have discoloration right here. For that, a color corrector works out really good. But this is usually a shadowy, darker spot of your eye, right there, right? So some people like to contour right like this. I told you I don't do a lot of contour on my nose because I prefer this. Because I've been watching a bunch of anime and my eyes are not that big. So that's kind of your goal, is to get giant eyes when you're watching animes. Okay, and so I can kind of paint that out. Just like that.